I'm sure you're all very anxious to get out of here. Pledge of allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Mr. Smelter.
Anthony?
Here.
Katie?
Here.
Chuck?
Here.
Tim?
Here.
Shane?
This time we'll start honoring our student athletes here at North Central. Mr. Henry. Mickey.
We'd like to move out to the auditorium where we have a little bit more room to do this and walk them across the stage.
Here, you want to do that or just sit here?
Or you want to stay in here, it's up to you.
Is there anybody else over there?
No, there's
Well,
nobody else over
I
there.
had a plan to go out there. If we're gonna stay here, I'm gonna go grab those signs real quick.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
It's just-
Oh, I thought you needed something.
Yep. So I gotta read it up my phone. Okay. Well, tonight we have a lot of winter sports athletes that we're gonna recognize, and we're gonna start with our 7th grade boys basketball team. You guys all wanna make your way up here, talk about your season real quick, and we'll get you your certificates. First of all, 7th grade boys basketball team went undefeated. Didn't have a loss all year, and that includes the BBC 7th grade tournament. Right that way, guys, we got Kendon Briggle, Asiel Dominguez, Anton Hegler, Carson Nixon, Jackson Pointer, Taylor Reinbold, Alex St. John, Cade Stewart, Cale Thompson, and then we have Coach Bailey, and is Coach Reese here? I thought Coach Bailey.
This everybody's here.
You got any pictures in here or? I know. Lori was here.
Like I said, the 7th grade boys went undefeated this year. Is 18 or 19? 18. Perfect, 18 or 19. Big smile. That does, just in case. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Can't see person.
Yeah. It is up there.
Can't see the back.
Hey, yeah, if you guys want to take a few more pictures, you can step out there against the ribbon and eat on the wall.
Again, congratulations. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay, Mr. Mickey, you ready? Who's next?
Okay, also, our boys basketball team, they won a share of the BBC league title. That's first and foremost. They tied with Eton for the league title. And they also beat Toledo Christian to win a sectional championship over Bryan High School. So the team award, wanted to recognize that first. Our boys basketball team is Ethan Beard, Joey Burt, Quinn Burt, Zach Hayes, Colton Hicks, Landon Justice, Gage Kidston, Mason Sanford, Cohen Myers, Colin Patton, Ben Pettit, Jake Turner. And then coaches, we had the head coach, Coach Fiddler, Coach Turner, and Coach Dancer. Okay, earning individual honors for the boys team this year. We had a few players that won some individual honors. First of all, we had Colin Patton was a BBC honorable mention. We had Joey Burt was second team BBC and District 7 honorable mention. Then we had Zach Hayes, who had first team all district, first team BBC, and it was the BBC Player of the Year. He also, we got this the other day, got his 1,000th point this year, finishing up with 1428. So this will be going up on the board, Zach. Right, in your new spot. Congratulations, Zach.
Yeah, let's get a picture.
Yeah, that north central is against the wall. Is always better backdrop.
Nelson.
Getting
nervous.
Went down there.
Sun shining.
Yeah, it's still.
Yay. Finally, we had some individual honors for our girls basketball team. We'll start with Isabel Burnett. She earned Academic All District 7. We got Riley Brown, Academic All District 7. Lauren Balzer was BBC Honorable Mention and Academic All District 7. Kendall Bonnie was second team BBC District 7 Honorable Mention and Academic District 7. And then finally, we had Madison Brown. She was Academic All District 7 as well. First team BBC, first team District 7. And Madison, just like Zach earlier, she scored her 1,000th point, and I'm sure.
Thank you.
Maddie, did you see it?
Yeah. Thank you.
Also, our first year.
Right behind you.
First year girls basketball coach Kim Hutchinson.
Yeah, excited about it.
Oh, yeah, I want a picture of that.
Try not to stack it in the face for a while.
Look at your mom.
Gosh, man, I'm sorry.
Now we're at.
This is a long list. I'm not.
Thank you.
Okay, and I don't, not all of these students are present, but we also wanted to recognize our academic all BBC honorees. This is any junior or senior in league that earned a GPA over 3.25. So our list of academic all BBC was Quinn Burt, Clayton Douglas, Zach Hayes, Colton Hicks, Landon Justice, Colin Patton, Mason Sanford, Lauren Balzer, Kendall Bonnie, Madison Brown, Riley Brown, Isabel Burnett, Mackenzie King, Alexia Miller, Bailey Joyce, Caitlin Stembridge, Ashley Lyons, and Kinsley Martin. Those are all of our academic all BBC.
I want to thank all the parents that came tonight. These kids make us proud. They're student athletes, being student first. They're ambassadors to our school. They're fine young ladies and gentlemen, and they're gonna go far in life. So we do appreciate that. We appreciate the fact that you take the time to come here in front of this board and be honored. And we're very proud of them. And like I said, they need to be NC proud and NC strong. So thank you, parents, and let's have a round of applause for all of you.
Also, one last thing. I wanted to also recognize, we had a few athletes that were able to compete at the indoor state track meet over the weekend. What's that?
I said, oh, they're not here.
Oh, yeah, I didn't anticipate they'd be here. This was just recent, so we didn't get a chance to invite them or make up certificates and that stuff. But they competed at the state track meet. Caden and Carter, Caden Kane, Carter Ackley, excuse me. They both competed at the state indoor meet, finishing 9th and 16th in the 800 meter. Carter also, was it 9th and 16th?
It was 7th in long jump with the medal,
Okay.
9th in the 800, 21st in the 1600.
Perfect, thank you.
Yep.
So they did get a medal in long jump. It was Carter Ackley. They both competed, acquitted themselves very well at the state track meet. So a couple junior high students doing really, really good at the indoor track meet level. That was awesome to hear. In addition to that, outdoor track, we're getting ramped up. If there's anybody who's watching this or listening right now, we need helpers for our outdoor track meets or home track meets. If there's anybody interested in helping out, please contact either myself or Coach Failer. Let us know. We'll get you the meet schedule and see which ones you're available to help out with. Timers, running names for shot and disc or long jump, any of that stuff. Anything you're willing to do, we're really, really short on help. So please let us know. Thank you.
Yeah.
To have your own presence.
So much to do it. Temperature dropped like 15 degrees. It's hot. You got the window open. I can feel a little breeze coming here. All right, we'll get back to our agenda here. Items from board members.
Dr. Rose.
Well, we still, yeah.
All right.
Public
Yeah,
participation
okay.
and items from board members. Do you have anything tonight?
I'd just like to say congratulations to the athletes again, and, you know, it takes a village getting, parents getting their kids to school and to sports, and the coaches, and everybody puts a lot of time into it, and as Mr. Hannock said, they're student athletes first, and I know the girls did too, maybe, but I noticed we just had the boys awards thing, and every varsity boys basketball player that played that was eligible was also a BBC Scholar athlete. So I thought that spoke a lot of their academic side too. So congratulations to all.
Anything else? Anybody? I just wanted to touch on one thing. I know an email went around from a staffer in here, congratulating, and Marcia touched on it, Aaron Elser, you know, for being the recipient of the Franklin B. Walder Scholarship, and her honoree, Miss Reitinger. Would like to congratulate them. And her email was, I thought, well written, you know, that we need to bring positivity into the school here. We have an amazing team here at NC, from teachers to aides, custodial, cafe, administrator, bus drivers, coaches. You know, every person in here makes a difference in our students' lives. And I'm very, very proud to sit on the board. I think we have great teachers, and we have a great team here at NC, and I enjoyed reading her email, and I just wanted to express a little of that positivity out, and hopefully the trend continues. Everybody brings a positive out of North Central here. If you follow Facebook, it's like daily negatives with road construction and everything going on. So let's be a pillar for the community here and fill the town with positivity and pride. So just want to say thank you. Any guests wish to speak tonight? Mrs. Rosenbank, I believe you are up.
Just very quickly, a group of teachers got together and they wrote this proposal, basically. The idea is that we challenge our students without penalizing our students. We want the students to take more rigorous courses. And I hear it all the time in my office. I'm not going to take calculus because it might hurt my GPA. I hear it constantly. So the idea of weighted grades is simply that they could take calculus. They might get a B because it's a more rigorous, it's a tough class. I can't do it. So they might get a B, but it's not going to really hurt their GPA because it's on a scale of 5, 4, 3, 2, 0. Okay. I'm not asking for a decision tonight. I'm asking you to look at the proposal. This, if accepted by you, will start next year, but it starts only with freshmen. And we work our way up. So it's going to start with the freshman class. Now, how many freshmen are going to take some of these classes? Probably maybe 2. I've got a couple that are very interested in CCP classes, college classes, which then would be weighted possibly. But for the most part, the freshmen are doing their foundation and they start with the more advanced classes on sophomore level. It is. You can see a list of the classes that we thought should be weighted. Advanced English 12, advanced math, anatomy and physiology, calculus, comp 1 and 2. Comp 1 and 2 are college credit classes usually. We're trying to get some of that here in-house and not necessarily online. We're working on some of those things too. Physics, Spanish being 4. So these are classes that are more, they challenge the kids to a higher level. So we want to reward those kids. Okay, that's basically what it amounts to. It's not going to hurt them. If you read on the back, it explains how it can't hurt them. It can only help them. Okay? So my request tonight is simply that you read through this. I know you've had it since last week, but you read through this and call me, come in, my door, well, lately it's been closed all the time, but usually it's open, and ask me any questions that you have on it. Again, this is a group of teachers who got together and proposed this to me. I thought, okay, let's run with it. Let's see. I think it's good for the kids. Bottom line, it's good for the kids. I don't want to penalize them. I want them to challenge themselves. And that's one of the things I've been working on since I've been here, is to make the curriculum a bit more rigorous with some advanced courses. We started that this year. Boy, are you in trouble? We started it this year. So with advanced courses. That's all I have for right now. Questions you can ask me. I don't want to take everybody's time, but feel free to come in and ask. Call me, whatever, okay?
I don't want to take up everybody's time either, but can I just ask one question. Can you explain how the class rank is gonna work? I mean, I know you have.
Well,
it down
it would
there,
be
but,
like,
how you're gonna get
this
their
year I have
averages.
2 valedictorians. Yeah. So the valedictorian may have a 4.5 as opposed to a 4 point, depending on the classes that are taken. So it's gonna work kind of the same. Kelly, right?
Correct.
Okay, she's when I'm on the committee, and so we've been working through this. I just don't want to misstate something.
Mhm.
That is correct. So if you follow any other area high schools, now, our school didn't, Ayersville did. As an example, Ayersville had weighted grades. So you have a graduating senior who had a 4.8. 4.8. Yeah. That's pretty awesome. So it works the same way. And I could have, it's possible to have more than 1, 2, 3 valedictorians if it's high. That's, I have 2 this year. 2 valedictorians. Did I have 2 last year? I believe. So it happens.
All right, thank you. We are to the treasurer's report, Mr. Smelter.
Item 1 under the treasurer's report, we have the minutes from our regular February 22nd meeting, special meetings from February 24th and March 1st. Item 2, the financial statements and investments from February, and you have all your typical monthly reports in your packets. And then item 3, appropriation additions as follows: $8,371.02 in the general fund and $70,175.29 in other funds. So those 3 items would need a resolution for approval. And then we also have 2 other items. Item 4, recommendations from the Board of Education, approval of employment contract with Michael Butte as superintendent for a 3-year contract commencing August 1st, 2022 through July 31st, 2025. And item number 5, approve Michael Butte, superintendent, additional work days prior to August 1st, 2022 at his per diem daily rate. So those are the items I had on the agenda tonight, unless there are other questions about any of the reports that were in your packets.
Anything, I know we got some an email. Did you want to touch on the refinancing? What was going on there?
Yes, that was from Michael Burns from Baird. Let me find the individual timeline here. I know I had it. They are looking at refinancing our bonds, and they're going to start the timeline. If we get into the process too far with interest rates starting to go up, so if we get into the process too far and it's not going to save the board any kind of money or taking years off of our bonds, at that time, Baird will let us know that, hey, this is not going to be beneficial and it will not cost the school district any additional money. So we're going to start working through that process. We'll have a resolution on the agenda next month in April to get that process started. But then it's going to flow here through into July. And so we should know by July whether we will be able to save any money by refinancing or if we cannot. But again, we won't lose any money if we decide not to do it. It doesn't cost the board anything if we decide not to do it. So.
All right, so I need a resolution to approve following appropriation additions. General fund, supplies and materials, $7,198.06. Capital outlay, $1,172.96 for a total of $8,371.02. Other funds, we got permanent improvement, $5,297.27. Public school support, $431.25. Miscellaneous state grant of $66. ESSER funds of $53,036.79. Idea Part B, $3,527. Title I, $6,733.16. Title II-A, $921.82 for a total of $70,175.29. Can I have a motion? Moved by Tim, second. Seconded by Shane. Any discussion? Roll call.
Katie,
Yes.
Chuck,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Shane,
Yes.
Anthony.
Yes. Next is the superintendent employment contract. Need a motion to approve the contract with Michael Butte as superintendent for a 3-year contract commencing August 1st, 2022 through July 31st, 2025. Do I have a motion?
I will.
Moved by Katie. Do I have a second?
Yep.
Seconded by Chuck. Any questions? Roll call.
Chuck,
Yep.
Tim,
Yes.
Shane,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
Katie.
Yes.
Next, I need a resolution to approve Michael Butte superintendent additional work days prior to a start date of August 1st, 2022 at his per diem rate. Can I have a motion? Okay. Moved by Tim, second.
I'll second.
Seconded by Shane. Questions? Roll call?
Tim,
Yes.
Shane,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
Katie,
Yes.
Chuck.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Just choking on my spit here.
Everyone present, this will be our new superintendent, Michael Butte. Administrators report. Mr. Haney.
Okay, enrollment numbers as of March 11th, we were at 612. April 9th of 21, we were at 603, so we're up some currently. Calamity days, right now, we have 5 days missed, and we have had 5 delays, so we're sitting good with calamity days and hours, so there's no issue there. COVID-19 update, this is gonna be my last one, and I'm not sorry that it's my last one, just so people know. Whether or not you believe that or not, I don't know, but this, we have had, as of today, which we had to stop reporting, we don't really have to report it as of last Friday, the 11th. But as of today, we had 64 students so far and 16 staff. We've had 282 quarantines so far this year. We're not going to report it anymore. You're not going to get anything more on the website. The website stops as of the 12th, where we reported numbers. But like I've been doing all year, if we had 160 days of, we projected out 160 days, we would project about 84 students and 21 staff would be positive. Last year, for the 2021, we had 22 students and 32 staff. Currently, the numbers at the elementary, we've had 31 students, junior high, high school 33, and the staff 16. So that's my final report, and I'm glad we can move on to a different subject, quite honestly.
Amen.
Amen.
Missed the phone calls this year, though.
Yes. I'd like to voluntarily transfer Casey Massey to the North Central Elementary School Intervention co-teacher position. And currently it's, I think, at the 2nd grade. So because she requested that position due to a resignation, which we'll see later on, her position is now being posted internally. So that's just, you don't have to do anything. I'm just reporting it. The Northwestern Ohio ESC, we have Business Advisory Council, and I've got all the information in your packets. But the next meeting will be scheduled for May 11th. What we do is there's 23 school districts that meet quarterly, and we get updates where education and business are kind of coming together, and there's different presentations from different places and different counties. So we get Fulton, Henry, Defiance, and Williams County together, and all the schools are participating and just coming up with different ideas of how business and education can work together. So just making sure that you have that. It's a requirement that we are part of it, and it's a requirement that it's reported to the board. That's why you get the minutes from the prior meeting, and then I give you the agenda from the meeting that I just attended, which was on March 8th. We have a donation from the Eagle football boosters to North Central local schools for lights at the track and the football field. It initially said 30,000, it's now 40,000. I believe that Mr. Smeltzer was presented with.
Yes.
So we are gracious and very humbled that we have such support and such donators out there that raise that kind of money. That's awesome. That will continue to assist us with our football program as we start varsity coming up here in August of 22. So kudos to that group. And the next regular meeting is April 19th, 2022 at 6:30. I would like to talk about one other thing quick. Our free lunch program, the federal funding of the free lunch program we've had for the last 2 years has been terminated for next year. So just going to keep an eye on where that goes. We have had a tremendous increase in our participation in the cafeteria over the last 2 years, to the point where we're feeding excess of 500 people a day between breakfast and lunch. So I'm curious to see what effect that has on families. So that's looking like it's gone away. And so just I wanted to say that I think that's one of the best things that our federal government could have ever spent money on. All the things that they spend money on, why not spend it on so every kid can eat, have breakfast and lunch? Because I think it is a great equalizer. I think when kids aren't hungry, they can do better in school, they can concentrate, and it's one less worry. Kids and families. So I just thought I'd point that out.
All right, Mr. Moore, looks like you're up.
Hey, good evening, everyone. A few updates from the elementary building. First of all, in the state of Ohio, in our district, state testing begins at the end of this month. Our tested areas for 3rd through 6th grade are math and ELA, and also our 5th graders take the science achievement test. So it's going to be a busy month of April, busy month of May. We met, myself, Mrs. Runford, the guidance counselors, the tested area, these teachers along with Travis, and we're going to change it up a little bit this year. Historically, we've tested in the labs, so we've reduced over the last couple of years, maybe down to 4 to 3 labs. So we talked to Travis and the teachers. I appreciate their open-minded approach to this, but we're going to test in the classroom on the student devices. So it gives us a little more flexibility, and Mrs. Renfro and I, it's always difficult to put a certain grade to the front of the testing window because no one wants it. Everybody wants to be at the back. Obviously, give the kids a little bit more time, so gives the teachers a little bit more flexibility with the testing window. So Travis said, hey, we got the capability, we got the devices, so we're going to give it a shot. So that's the update on testing. Mr. Hutchinson always has a fundraiser for American Heart Association called the Kids Hearts Challenge, and he just sent me a text a little bit ago, and it's been ongoing for the last month or so. And last year, I think it was like $5,900 with fundraising and donations from parents, grandparents, community members, and this year it was $5,800 and some change. So another great job by our students, giving back to the American Heart Association. So thanks students, parents, community, and Mr. Hutchison for getting that going once again. Fourth graders were up in Montpelier a week or so ago, Maple Syrup Festival, and we've been doing this for a number of years. And Miss Blue and Mrs. Waldron, Mr. Schmidt take them over, and it was a nice day, cool day, perfect day. But for us, it's about Ohio history, it's about our natural resources and kids. That this stuff was done hundreds of years ago, and it still goes on today. Just the things that we have here in Northwest Ohio. So it was a nice day, nice opportunity, and I know they had a good time over in Montpelier. Kindergarten screening, I mentioned, 27th, 28th of April. We're up to 44 students signed up for screenings. And again, that'll probably go up a little bit, and we always have a couple move-ins over the summer, that type of thing. So the numbers are falling in line from previous years. I do want to mention, I try to mention a staff member, a student, something achievement-wise in every board meeting, but Mrs. Traxler, her students had a presentation a week or so ago. I was a part of, Mrs. Rosenick was a part of, and Katie, Mrs. Burt was a part of. And it really was about students becoming entrepreneurs as fifth graders. They had to get a product, develop it, market it, sell it, finances, and present it. And there was 2 students in the 5th grade that partnered up, and they did a wonderful job. And it was really a theme or a spinoff of Shark Tank. And the kids did a wonderful job. The 3 of us were sharks, so we asked them questions and everything like that. But the kids did a wonderful job. And what I told them at the end, I was so proud of, again, they did a wonderful job. But oral communication, public speaking, that's a challenge for 10, 11-year-olds. And they did a really, really good job of that. Plus, I said the digital component with the Clever Touch and the PowerPoint, the pictures, and they did a wonderful job in those 2 areas. But it was a nice little activity Mrs. Traxler put together, and the students did a great job. Also, the end of the marketing period is this Friday. So 9 weeks wraps up this Friday. And, I always say the busiest time of the year is the last 9 weeks. It really is. I know it's a push to get started, but it's always a sprint to the finish in my book. But with the fourth 9 weeks in our building, obviously state testing, field trips, teachers are working on those, getting excited. The students, field trips are getting back. We have some academic assemblies, field day, Hutch. We always have a nice little field day, and it's just a host of other things to keep us busy, but we'll make it. We're gonna get through it. Great staff, great bunch of kids, and wrap it up the fourth 9 weeks here get going here in another couple weeks. So that's all I have. Anything for me?
Back to normal field day, the full fledged.
I'm not sure. We shrunk it down a little bit. We had some team challenges with 3rd and 4th, and we had some blue tosses, and we had some tug of war activities. So it was a real good field day, but we're gonna do something. Hutch and I, we got a window of a week, like the 2nd week of May blocked off. So we're gonna put something together, but we're gonna get the kids outside and have a spirited day. Timmy's gonna be there. Anchor.
Sounds like a good balloon toss event.
Yeah. I like
Cop or something.
Sounds like a good idea.
Thank you. Mr. Rosebank?
Thank you. As you mentioned before, the Franklin B. Walter Scholarship hors d'oeuvre, dinner, presentation, celebration, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty cool to see every school and all the kids and all the teachers honored there. That's just a really neat thing. They made us proud, the Aaron and Miss Ridinger. So it was fun. It was fun. In order to be chosen, in order to apply, you have to write an essay. And then a panel here at school goes through those essays. So that's how she was chosen. She was the winner from our school, and whatever teacher she wanted to recognize. So that's where we went with that. Some changes next year. I might as well change everything all at once. It just works that way. So, and I like change, by the way. We're buying some new books, and the books they're hard book. I mean, I have hard copies, but there's also an online component. So it's a combination of the 2. But Social studies, they're getting some new ones. ELA 712, whole new series. It's really cool. I want to say SAS and that's not it, but I don't remember the name of them, but I've gone through them and they are just, they're neat. They've got everything that the teachers need, vocabulary, grammar, punctuation. It's got everything in this unit. So that's pretty cool. Junior high science, new ones, they got new junior high health books already this year. So yeah, we're trying to update and we're trying to do things for the kids that'll, more current things for them. So I'm getting some new books. Yes, I'm spending money. I'm just giving you a heads up. I'm spending money, but it's all for the kids, for their benefit. So I just want to make that clear. Student and parent handbook, I'm working on it. I work on it for about 20 minutes every day and then I get frustrated and I quit. I've got to get it finished this weekend. I met with our 9 through 12 leaders, student council, class presidents, etc., all of them. Got their ideas. So I've got their input on some things that are going to be a little different, a little change. These kids, if you allow them to have their voice, mostly, they're awesome. They really know what it will work or what won't work with their peers. And that's why I listen to them. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. We had 6th and 8th grade orientation. Whenever. Thursday night, it was last Thursday night. A lot of turnout, a lot of questions. Parents of the 6th grade parents are always, I can't believe we're going to be in junior high. Well, it happens. It's a good thing. The junior high kids look at me like with these big eyes and just stare. Now, my 8th graders just look at me and say, oh, great, she's talking again, but we'll get there. Next year, another change back. We're going back to the 8 period day. I did a survey with the teachers. Oh gosh, it's been a while back to see what they wanted. And this is what they chose. They wanted to go back to the 8 period day, overwhelmingly. So that's what we're doing. It makes my job a lot easier because scheduling is a lot easier. We're also registering the kids for classes for next year, and we're doing it differently. Mrs. Mallett is meeting individually with each student, 7 through 12, sitting down, talking with them, showing the transcripts, showing what they need, or if they have failed at something to graduate. They're on pathways. Which pathway? What is it you want to do? That's her first question. So it's going a little more slowly, perhaps, in some ways, but it's more accurate because it's what the kids, they're not just filling out garbage and then turning it into us, and then they come in, I want to change this. I don't want this class. First week of school is ridiculous with changing classes. Well, this way the kids are sitting down talking to her. So they're figuring out what it is that they want. I'm not saying we won't have any changes. We will have changes, but not as many. So I was really pleased when Kathy mentioned that that's what she wanted to do. Yeah, it's taking a huge amount of time, but she's talking to each student. I love that. I love that there's that conversation going on. You'll see some dates on my report. You okayed last week that trip to the science lab. Stone lab. I always say science, and I can never get the word stone. I can't remember that one. That's May 13th. Testing window. Yeah, we're gonna try same as Andy in our rooms with the devices that the kids have. Graduation practice, just in case anybody's interested. Any of you have seniors that might want to graduate. It's during the school day. I'm teasing you. I honestly teasing. But we are having a walkthrough like we did last year, where they go through the halls in their caps and gowns in the elementary. Did you know that?
Yeah, we spoke.
I thought we talked about it.
Yeah.
So they're gonna do that. The little ones just love it. And believe it or not, my seniors come back and say, oh, that was really kind of cool. These little kids really like us, don't they? Yes, they do, and they look up to you, so be good. Commencement's May the 29th. That hasn't changed.
Seven still.
Anything?
I was gonna say, I was super proud of my son for meeting with the guidance counselor. I didn't realize this was on her to do for everybody. So.
Well, okay.
I'm a little bummed about that, but.
Sorry. The kids had to sign up to it though. The kids had, she had a Google calendar type of thing, and the kids signed up for their
Don't give him
times.
any more credit.
Quinn or Joe?
When.
Joe would just walk in.
Real quick, and I watched the video and Miss Tracy's here. Who was our Kiss the Pig recipients this year that got to pucker up to that?
Dr. Rosebank
Yeah.
was one of
Thank you,
them.
sir. I
You
appreciate
didn't have
that.
that in your notes. I thought you'd brag about
Did I
it.
leave that off? Oh, my goodness.
We
Why?
had to do it in front of the elementary because she didn't want the junior high and high school to watch her.
Oh.
But the little ones loved it. I still get in that hallway. You kiss the pig, you kiss the pig. And I, yes, sir, I did.
Very good. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, most of my update was the Thunder that was stolen earlier. Just a couple other things I wanted to touch on real quick. Reminder about All Sports Trophy. We're currently 5 points in the lead for the All Sports Trophy that we haven't won as a school since the 80s. So really good heading into spring sports season, baseball, softball, girls and boys track. We'll really pull out big numbers and participation there and hope to be competitive in all those sports. Montpelier and Pettisville are 2 teams, second and third respectively. All the other sports are really getting rolling with their spring practices. We've got some good participation, good numbers. It looks like both softball and baseball are going to play some JV games this year since we got such good numbers, so that's awesome. And I think that's about it. Everything else we really touched on earlier with boys basketball, winning sectionals and all that, and girls basketball had a good season, so. So unless there's any questions for me, I don't want to ramble on if I've already took up all the time I did earlier.
Softball starts up Thursday, right?
Yeah, scrimmage.
Scrimmage?
Thing. Last year,
Yeah, last year Fairview won, and it was freezing
yeah.
about the same time.
The defending state champion, Fairview Apaches is our scrimmage on Thursday, so.
Yeah.
It's good. What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it's a scrimmage. Go out there and play
Yeah.
with a really good team. If we don't.
Thank you. All righty. Get on conducting business, recommendations by the superintendent. Yeah, number 4, 5. First will be a resolution to approve the second reading of proposed policy revisions for Neola Volume 40, number 2, as presented at the February meeting. Can I have a motion?
I will.
Moved by Katie. Can I have a second? Seconded by Shane. Any questions? Roll call?
Shane,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
Katie.
Yes.
Chuck,
Yes.
Tim.
Next will be a resolution to approve the attached agreement between North Central Local School District Board of Education and the Eagle Football Boosters for the continuation of the junior high football program as well as varsity football season. 2022 year. Any motion?
I will.
By Chuck, a second. Second by Tim. Roll, any questions? Roll call?
Anthony,
Yes.
Katie,
Yes.
Chuck.
Yep.
Tim,
Yes.
Shane.
Yes.
Number 3, I need a motion to approve the attached outline for the 2021-2022 wellness grant funds. Motion, please. Moved by Shane. Second?
I will.
Second by Katie. Questions? Roll call?
Katie,
Yes.
Chuck,
Yep.
Tim,
Yes.
Shane,
Yes.
Anthony.
Next will be on your addendum. Oh, yes. Rolled right through there. Number 4. It's gonna be varsity gymnasium, AHU control upgrade. That's in the packet here. Something that come up, that will improve our gym's heating and cooling. Better improvement. Right now, they're just fighting each other. You got heat and air going at the same time.
Just gonna give us more control of the unit.
Wasting
I
energy.
know when we have problems, when we don't.
And we'll see the quote for that, and it does
Prices
expire
go up.
April 1st. So that's why that got put on the agenda here for tonight. And I have a motion to approve the quote for the AHU controls upgrade. Moved by Tim, a second. Now second. Roll call,
Can we do a little discussion?
discussion, yeah.
Yeah, I just, because it just kind of came up.
Mhm.
Was this the only quote? Like I saw it had said August 1st, which I understand was changed to April 1st, which is why you guys
Right.
brought it up, right?
Mhm.
And I know that this is who usually goes through. the
Right now,
request.
before when Energy Optimizer come in and put the system in, it was point to point, but they're out of the Dayton, Cincinnati area. And the cost to have them drive up here 4 hours, do 2 hours work, go back.
Right,
So we went to Fritz and Ryder out of Defiance, local company, or somewhat local company.
right,
If we go to use somebody else, then you gotta, it's hard to get the communications. Everybody's got their controls. So it kind of limits us a little bit to who we use,
okay,
because if we go use somebody else, they're gonna have different controls than what Fritz and Ryder or Air Force One has.
okay.
That's why I got the quote from them.
So they're the ones that are most local.
We'll put controls into our system. Not saying another company can't come in and put their controls in,
Right,
but then you got that initial cost of the
gotcha.
controls.
All the stuff.
And like I said, this ain't gonna take care of the whole elementary. This is gonna take a part of the elementary and just move us farther along
Okay,
and having more control of the units.
okay,
Because right now, we're running off of a thermostat. We got 2 thermostats in that gym, and they got real keen little sensors on the bottom, and that's how we're running our gym. Well, if one or reversing valve or something ain't working, the thermostat will tell us that it's doing what it's supposed to be, but it really ain't doing it.
okay,
See, this way we'll have more control, knowing if a unit isn't working properly.
okay.
Right now, we just don't have that capability.
Thank you.
Did we reach out to anybody in our community that might be able to do it, like Mike and Vicky
They-
or Martin?
They can't do it. They can't do controls. They don't have the people. It's a whole different breed.
Well,
I've
the
used-
question was, did we reach out to them to see if they? could?
I've used Mike Funkhauser for 12 years. I've been here and he was here before that, and they can't do this kind of thing.
Okay.
They just can't do this kind of thing. That ain't what they're made to do.
Okay.
But I use them probably 80–85% of the work I do on the HVAC system is done through Unity Plumbing.
Okay.
I try to use them as much as I can. They're cheaper. But there are certain aspects on controls, some of the newer boards have to be pre-programmed. That kind of stuff you have to come get from a larger company that can do that kind of work.
Okay.
But no, we have had Funkhausers or Unity Plumbing doing our HVAC for years.
And from Energy Optimizers, we had point to point, and then we had like a $23,000 a year contract with Johnson Controls, right?
Johnson Controls just had this building originally. when this
Yeah.
was built.
And then, do we do a year-to-year contract with Air Force One? thought we did
Yeah, it was
one
an
time.
initial cost for the project, and then, yeah, one for a year, just like Fritz and Ryder, we do a yearly contract with Fritz and Ryder
Mm-hmm.
for our controls.
Yeah.
We don't do a contract for the maintenance side of it. And
Right, so
basically, when you're under contract, they give you a cheaper rate, which none of it's cheap, I'll be honest with you.
No, but we contract with them to do
Right,
all
for
our
our
controls in our
communication, yeah.
building. Yes.
Yes,
So it
For a
goes,
lot.
kind of goes hand to hand for them. to
correct, yes.
Maintain them.
Yeah, if someone else come in and do it, they wouldn't want to put their own program in, change the system.
So the short story is we're trying to fix it. It's been going on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're going from. a
Since
5-year
Energy
system to
Optimized
just
became-
going to 30
Yeah.
some
30
year old
over there in the
elementary. It didn't matter.
Any other discussion? Roll call, Mr. Smeltzer?
Anthony,
Yes.
Katie,
Yes.
Chuck,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Shane.
Yes.
Next item, number 5, is, you'll see in your packet additional, is a resolution to approve the proposed agreement for a pylon sign from Toledo Sign Incorporated. That says a total of 41,595. I believe the quote's on here. I think the sign itself would be 38,690. We're tax exempt, so the sales tax wouldn't be on there. Don't believe we need permit fees. That's for a new LED sign to replace our old one in the front where you switch the letters out. It'll give us more capability to recognize our athletes, staff, school, I mean, everything, the events, to control the fingertip. Travis can be notified and he can plug it in remotely through his phone or computer and post it out there on that sign. I did give you one additional one I brought in tonight with dimensions on here. Our old sign is 3.5 feet by 7.5 feet roughly. The one quoted here is 3'8" by 9'5" would actually be the LED panels and display. So it's a little bit larger sign. Just looking to improve it out there so we can express our pride and proudness of our athletes and kids in general here at NC.
And we've been working on this over the years, even before I got here, we had quotes. we're not done. Had quotes and not done, had quotes and not done. It's time to just do it. It's signed on. It's gonna be a lot more convenient, we're gonna be able to keep up with it more, it'll be controlled inside. It looks nice, and based on how long that sign's been there, the sign has to last a long time. So that's the theory behind it.
No, it's just over, there's just over $6,000 that classes have donated towards this that have been. I don't even know what the first class that did it, but it's just, I don't have the exact number, but I know it's just over $6,000.
Leftover funds.
Yeah, senior
Yep.
classes have been donating towards the sign.
They've donated their leftover
Sometimes.
funds towards the sign once it was done.
Yeah, class of 17, it starts back, okay, has donated 19, 20, and 21. Had leftover funds in their account, right? It just
Yeah.
goes towards that, so there's $6,346 in an account that has been donated through classes for the sign. There is still wellness money left over to fund the new sign out front. There may be a little extra that will need to come out of the general fund or seek a donation from possibly the boosters or anybody like that with the approach.
Or use some of the. That would be current improvement, that would pay for all of it.
So we've had quotes before, but since we just started this has been the only quote that we have had
Yeah, same-
recently.
Same company. Daktronics is,
So Toledo Sign did the,
well,
football one?
Daktronics is where the sign comes from. Toledo sign puts the sign in.
Yeah,
That's how that works.
they're the sales rep for this area. They're suited by Daktronics through.
right, so that's what I'm asking. So we went through that, or we went through Toledo Sign for the football sign.
Well, I think you contacted
Daktronics is who I
correct?
talked to.
And then
and then-
Does that
I
save
don't-
money by going directly?
I don't know who
to-
did the football.
I don't think
sign.
you can buy
Daktronics?
Because we didn't have
Daktronics
anything to
was
do with that one. So
But I mean, I saw the specs on that, so. came from Decton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know who the sales rep would have been.
Yeah, I think it's the same person, because that's how I got the information, is from that information. that I got. So somebody said, we need to get a sign, so I got the information.
I
Got
know,
the
it's just
bid
hard with
and-
one quote to be like, okay, let's go. That's,
Well, yeah, we've dealt with this for many years. I've dealt with it on the chamber, tried to do a partnership and put it right uptown where everybody
With
could
the
see it.
town, and so it's, if you want to have a
And-
sign, we need to decide.
It has been
That's
an
it.
ongoing project. Daktronics, I would say, is the Cadillac of signs. I've seen other LED signs where they're going out all the time and not saying we have to go with this quote. We can get other quotes. I'm not sure.
no, I was just trying to
what other
understand, like,
market-
do other places sell the Daktronics signs that would give us a different quote? I mean, I understand why we want the
I don't know.
Daktronics.
I
get
talked to
that.
this Rob today, and
I
asked
get
him
why
the
we want that
question
sign.
if, we can do anything. He said, no, that's the set price from Daktronics. I can't do anything with it. So I would say Daktronics. I mean,
Yeah, and
they're
he
the
came
ones that
back with
designed
me.
this.
Yes.
Yeah.
We went back and forth. with it.
Can I get a motion to approve the resolution to approve the proposed agreement for a pylon sign from Toledo Sign Company, Inc. This says 41,595.03. Read that on there, but it will be 38,690 to 38,790. I believe Mr. Schmelzer.
I got 38,690.
Yeah. You want
Do
to change
one.
it on here or? do you
It
want-
doesn't, I mean,
I wrote it in.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve that? Motion by Tim. Do I have a second? Second by Shane. Any more discussion?
Yeah, what's it gonna cost to set it up? They do all the base work, everything.
No, that's not included in the price. When we met with them, we've got plenty of volunteers in the community that will assist in getting it prepped and ready to go, so they just have to come install the sign. So we probably trimmed, I mean, what do you say, like 18-20%
off the sign. I thought.
off of that 38,000 by doing all that in-house. That's digging the hole, pouring concrete, putting a steel tube up to hold the sign,
I mean, I'm all for the sign.
running,
I think it's great.
have to run power out to it.
I just wish we'd have had a couple more quotes. But I think the sign idea is great.
Any other discussion? Roll call, Mr. Smelser?
Katie,
Yes,
Chuck,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Shane,
Yes.
Anthony.
Yes. All right. Move on to consent agenda. We have employments. Joshua Hicks van driver and Sammy Pettit van driver. 1-year supplemental contracts held by classified employees. Lindsay Eckley, ED 16, boys, girls JV track coach. Devin Knopfsinger, ED 18, junior high track coach, shared. Aaron Shaw, ED 18, junior high track coach, shared. Tristan Tomlin, ED 14, girls assistant softball coach, shared. Macy Wilson, ED 14, girls assistant softball coach, shared. Ryan Bethel, volunteer baseball coach. Alyssa Failer, a volunteer softball coach. We need to rescind the contracts of Adam Nepper, ED 16, boys, girls JV track coach, and Aubrey Reininger, ED 18, junior high track coach. We need to accept the resignation of Abigail Hendricks, intervention specialist instructor co-teacher, grade 2, effective June 30th of 2022. And Carrie Esterline, junior high school educational aide. Also, the Northwest Ohio ESC Governing Board Service Agreement for 2022-2023 school year. This agreement is made by North Central Local School Board of Education and the Northwest Ohio ESC Governing Board. And the Northwest Ohio ESC Teacher and Paraprofessional Substitute List dated March 2nd, 2022. Can I have a motion?
I will.
Moved by Katie, a second. Seconded by Tim, discussion. Roll call, Mr. Smelter?
Chuck,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Shane,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
Katie.
Yes.
Just seeing the ESC, I wanted to, nobody's here, but express thanks to Carrie Weir and the ESC for working with us side by side and conducting the superintendent search and helping us get through the interviews and everything. Service well appreciated. I think on that, we will adjourn into an executive session for personnel negotiations and confidential matters as required by federal state law. Can I have a motion? Moved by Shane, a second.
I will.
Second by Katie. Roll call.
Tim,
Yes.
Shane,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
Katie,
Yes.
Chuck.
Yes.
7:37. No action to be taken.
Nope, no action.
Anthony,
Yes.
Katie,
Yes.
Chuck,
Yes.
Tim.
Yes.
8:47.